Thanks for joining us. I'm Brittany Pieper, and here's what's happening right now. 14 are dead, and authorities are still on the hunt after a mass shooting in San Bernardino, California. Here is a live look at the area where 28 people have been shot, leaving 14 dead and another 14 injured. The shooting reportedly happened at a social services building. Police are looking for 1 to 3 suspects. NBC's Dan Sheneman has the latest.
We are having some problems with the audio from that NBC story. Back here in mid-Missouri, you've seen the video from the MU campus. Now students are calling for a university response. We're talking about Professor Melissa Click's run-in with a student journalist. MU student government is looking for answers. KOMU 8's Ashley Holt is live on campus with the details.
An MSA senator is presenting a resolution to petition Click standing at the university. That resolution sent to Missouri Students Association members says Click, who is still listed as an assistant professor in MU's communication department, infringed upon Ty's right to report. And though MU says it's working toward making campus more inclusive, quote, bullying minority students from expressing their First Amendment right does not promote an inclusive campus. One of the authors of the resolution, MSA Senator Jeremy Wiggins, told KOMU, I think it's important that the University of Missouri investigate and make a statement on all major incidents involving students on campus. MSA's executive cabinet, as well as the Department of Communication, did not return our request for comment. And the Department of Communication and the university declined our request for comment. I'll be live outside of the meeting at 6 p.m. with all of the latest. Reporting live on MU's campus, Ashley Holt, KOMU 8 News.
Columbia Planned Parenthood will keep its abortion license at least until December 30th. A U.S. district judge blocked the Department of Health and Senior Services from revoking the clinic's license while in a legal battle over its licensure. But even with the license, the clinic cannot perform abortions because it does not have a doctor with privileges. Missouri only has one clinic offering abortions now.
It's a subject that has nationwide attention, police officers wearing body cameras.
A new bill from a state representative would require law enforcement across Missouri to wear body cameras while on the job. KOMU 8's Colin Ruane joins us in the studio with reaction from local departments.
Well, law enforcement agencies across the country are making the move to add body cameras, making video much like this one more common. Now today, departments I spoke with say they expect the use of body cameras to gain momentum, even if the state doesn't require them.
We're not hiding anything.
We're not here to hide anything.
It's a common theme among departments that already use body cameras, transparency. But a new bill would require every uniformed officer in Missouri to use them. At a time when police have been under the national microscope for conduct, local law enforcement seem to embrace their openness.
And so this is a way to be accountable for that. And for us to be transparent to the citizens that we serve.
Ashland Police Chief Lynn Wolford tells us the department has used the cameras since January 1st of this year. He says the decision initially came with a bit of resistance, but has since changed.
I think there might have been some apprehension when we first got them among the officers, and they've become very supportive of the technology.
The Boone County Sheriff's Department has taken a different approach. This fall, it started a testing phase of body cameras. Major Tom Redden showed us the wearable cameras currently being used.
Nobody's really oppositional to them. It's just another tool, and it's another tool that you have to get used to.
The state legislature couldn't pass a similar bill earlier this year, partly due to privacy concerns for police. But the departments we spoke to didn't seem too worried about public knowledge.
I don't want my officers out there offending people. I want them doing their job.
Now, it's important to point out there are at least a couple situations where the cameras would not be required. That includes cases of undercover work and when the safety of officers wearing the cameras could be at risk.
Mid-Missouri law enforcement agencies are reacting to new officer training requirements. It will increase officer training from 48 hours over 3 years to 24 hours per year. The required training focuses on recognizing bias and properly dealing with people suffering from mental illnesses. The Boone County Sheriff's Department says it already exceeds training requirements and doesn't expect much change.
It's basically going to be 2 4-hour sessions additionally per year, and I really don't think that's going to have any substantial impact as far as financially or allocation of manpower resources.
Captain Doug Shoemaker says the Jefferson City police officers receive more training than required. He says finding money for training is the biggest challenge.
North Callaway High School freshmen experienced what their life could be like after high school. Central Missouri Community Action and volunteers around the Callaway County area put together a reality enrichment and life lesson simulation to show these students how education can affect the rest of their lives. Students went through a negative phase and a positive phase to show the big effect of graduating. A CMCA employee hopes the students took away the ultimate goal of the simulation.
They have the power to change the course of their life. They can stay in school, they can make good decisions. If they don't, they're going to make the decisions that are going to give them some unfortunate circumstances.
CMCA has run this program in Jefferson City and Osage County. It will head to Pilot Grove next and hopes to reach all mid-Missouri counties in the near future.
Construction is about to begin on a multi-million-dollar senior housing development in Mexico. The Berkshire project will include 18 new units and updates for 11 existing properties. The Northeast Community Action Corporation is working with Welcome Home, a veterans organization in Columbia, to fill the rooms.
Another really exciting part is that 5 of those 29 units are going to be reserved for senior homeless veterans.
Construction is set to begin this week. Chicago continues to go in a downward spiral after a video was released of a white officer shooting a black teenager. Protesters are calling for a civil rights investigation. NBC's Jay Gray reports.
Chicago continues to be a city on edge. The police commissioner's been fired, and now Mayor Rahm Emanuel is a target.
We're basically here saying that he needs to resign and do the honorable thing.
As outrage grows after this police video was released showing a white officer fire 16 times, killing 17-year-old Laquan McDonald.
I never shrink from the responsibility of making what I think are the very tough decisions to move the city forward.
On Tuesday, the mayor announced the creation of a police abuse task force, and in a letter to the Justice Department, the Illinois Attorney General has called for a civil rights investigation into, quote, questions about the historic systemic use of unlawful and excessive force by Chicago police, citing 5 recent cases, including the shooting death of 25-year-old Ronald Johnson. There's an ongoing investigation into possible criminal charges for the officer involved. Police say Johnson had a gun. His family is demanding the release of police dash cam video that they say shows he was unarmed and running away. Johnson's mother, like so many in Chicago right now, still searching for answers. Jay Gray, NBC News.
Opening statements in the trial of a Baltimore police officer began today. William Porter is the first officer on trial for the death of Freddie Gray, who died in police custody and sparked a city riot. Porter pled not guilty to assault, involuntary manslaughter, and reckless endangerment. 6 officers have been charged in connection with Gray's death.
A spokesman from the U.S. Army announced today a special ops troop of about 100 soldiers will be sent to Iraq to put more pressure on ISIS. A video showing airstrikes on a tunnel allegedly used by ISIS militants was released today. A different video shows an airstrike on a building ISIS allegedly uses to create IEDs. The Joint Forces spokesman says these were small raids conducted by special ops officers and not a major ground combat operation. 4 men have been arrested on suspicion of terrorism in England. The men were arrested for allegedly being part of plans for a terrorist attack. They are currently in police custody, where police are searching through several houses and vehicles belonging to the men. Local police say these arrests have no connection to the Paris attacks last month.
The clouds came back today. Let's send it over to Kenton for a check of the forecast.
Just when you thought we got rid of them, they came back today as was expected. Temperatures a little chilly as well. Highs are right around 40 degrees across the area in mid-Missouri. Right now in Columbia at 40, 41 in Jeff City, 38 up in Moberly. And Mexico, you're at 37 at this hour. Looking at satellite and radar, clouds still rolling through, even some sprinkles over for St. Louis, but nothing for us here in mid-Missouri. You can see in Kansas City, they're already starting to see some clearer skies. Our clouds will continue to decrease slowly, especially after about midnight. 38 for a temperature at 10 p.m. We're getting down to 32 or by this evening, but actually 28 by sunrise. And we even have some fog possible tomorrow morning, but the sunshine does come back out tomorrow. How long will that last? And when could we see more rain? I'll tell you all about it after the break.
Guinea is celebrating the potential last case of a well-known virus.
Plus, the FDA expands a food recall due to E. coli, what you need to avoid, coming up.